ultimately, Ravens get it done. Lamar threw 2 touchdown passes. Derrick Henry, 2 runs, 186 rushing yards. Yeah. Most yards in a playoff game since the San Francisco 49ers in 2012.
That was Kaepernick, huh?
2012.
Against who?
Against.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, what a Monday show.
Hey, see what? I play offense.
It's all laughs, it's all smiles. Shady McCoy, the Ravens. Because right now, sports commentary matters more than ever. During the season, y'all know this. When we do a show after week 13, we got to hypothesize this. No. Now it's all about the Super Bowl. Now, however you look, do you look good enough to win a Super Bowl?
There you go.
Shady, do the Ravens look Super Bowl ready?
Absolutely, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. You know, I knew they would win this game against the Steelers. Like, we all kind of knew that, right? And I put my money where my mouth is, and I actually, laid some on it. But I didn't know it would be like that. That was total dominating.
Yes, sir.
They dominate the Steelers, though, on all parts of the ball. Defense, offense, you name it. And the another thing is, like, the way they ran the ball, they almost had, 300 yards rushing?
299.
Bro, in a playoff game against a team in your division, against the Steelers, right? They're not known for that.
Yeah.
They ran for almost 300 yards on these guys. It looked easy. How can you win any game if you let somebody run for 300 yards? They have the passing open. And then Lamar Jackson. As much as you want to talk about how great Lamar was, he didn't have to do that much.
Yeah.
Derrick was killing him.
Yep.
And then Lamar's being Lamar, made plays when he had to with the ball in his hand and throwing it and running it. I just think that this team is really, really good, man, and they are Super Bowl ready. Another thing is the defense. We had a lot of question marks earlier this year about the defense. They are stepping up.
Yes,
they are
good.
making plays. I will say this. They look hungry.
Yes, sir.
And they look like they have something to prove. You know, everybody knows the Chiefs this, the Chiefs that. Well, this year, the Ravens are trying to talk about it. Listen. We know who they are. We're going to come see them. And this week is going to be a big test, and I can't wait. Yes.
This is the one we've been waiting on.
Imagine being Vegas. How you going to win this one? You don't know what to do. So it's a good matchup,
This is what it's all about, man. Ravens got it done, no Chase. Do they look Super Bowl ready?
Yeah, it's probably one of the most impressive performances of Wild Card Weekend, in my opinion.
Yep.
Of all the games that they did, what Lamar Jackson and what Derrick Henry did on offense, they ran for 299 yards. It's the 8th most rushing yards in postseason history. They set history while they were and quite honestly, Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator, said, we don't even need Lamar to play really well. Like, we don't need Lamar to throw the ball. We're going to do these design runs. He had 10 design quarterback runs. Obviously, they were running zone read option all game long, and Pittsburgh's plan was, hey, let's take away Derrick Henry for the first half. And Lamar, I think, had 4 or 5 straight design carries and design runs. And when you look at this team, it's a scary team because they can run the ball. They had a drive, guys, in the game, 13 plays, 13 rushes. Jeez. They did not throw the football on one drive. Like, that is just I can't even imagine what it feels like to do that because we've never been on that. But then you go to the defense, and Zach Orr, defensive coordinator, got a lot of stuff coming his way early in the season for how they haven't played really well. Well, since week 11, they're number 1 in scoring defense, number 1 in total defense, number 2 in pass defense, and number 2 in rush defense, and they showed it. Now, they're going to have their hands full against Josh Allen, but the way the Ravens made it look so easy against the team we were talking about was supposed to be pretty good in the Steelers, right? That's, to me, really impressive.
Dave Jones.
They Super Bowl ready, and they Super Bowl ready because Lamar's Super Bowl ready. Mm-hmm. This is the first playoff game Lamar has looked like Lamar in the regular season. And, he didn't have to do a lot, but when he did have to do something, he looked like Lamar Jackson from the regular season. And I love the game plan because don't get into the playoffs and start doing something you ain't never did before. This is what Lamar does. This is how you put stress on the defense. Man, listen, I know we're going to get into it about them Steelers a little bit later. Them Steelers didn't want to play. Mm-hmm. I have never seen a Steelers team look like that, coached under Mike Tomlin. But it's kudos to the Ravens. This is a division opponent. You talk about 13 rushes in a row?
Yeah, in a row.
That's letting you know that, man, listen, we going to do what we do best, but we know we way more physical than you. And you can't never really say that about a Pittsburgh Steelers football team. But that's what Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are doing. And it was impressive because this was the game plan without Zay Flowers in the lineup.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Forget the play action
Forgot about
pass and
that.
all that because Zay Flowers ain't here. You know what? We're going to use Derrick Henry and we're going to use your legs, Lamar. I love the game plan, but the Ravens is going to be a problem because Lamar know exactly who he is in these playoffs too, and he's playing like the MVP.
Doesn't it just look like Lamar was just messing around with him? Like, he didn't even look
always
like he
looked
was
like that.
trying, though.
It always
and
looked
that's
like
what's
that.
crazy to me is, like, Todd Monken, I think, and we hit it, but I want to hit it again before you go, Acho. Like, Todd Monken, the game plan, it allowed his quarterback to feel the game out. It allowed him to just take a step back, understand what's at stake, run the football, get him hit a couple times, and then they were able to go to the pass game after that.
So when I had Michael Vick, right, real quick, I had Nick Foles running Chip Kelly's offense, read options type of offense.
RPO.
They didn't really respect Nick Foles the same because he can't run really, right?
Yep.
But when you got a guy like Lamar Jackson, and we talk about Derrick Henry, but they're together. Because everybody has to replace somebody, like you just talked about. Replace, and you got this guy, this responsibility. But you got all this going on. You want to stop Lamar Jackson, but you got to stop Derrick Henry. It's so much confusing. And it's like you got to have a guy for each player, and that's hard to do.
Consistently.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
yes,
then you start doing the motions with it,
Yep.
and it messes with the defensive eyes and linebackers. So it's funny because being on the other side of the ball, right, on offense, we think it's so easy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But on defense, when we start learning that, like, okay, so he's responsible for the running back. Or he's responsible for Lamar if he pulls it and runs. And then you start throwing the passes on it.
Yeah.
So they got so much going on. And then the question you asked was good because they have adjustments, right? Oh, because it's only so many ways you can stop the read option,
Yes.
right? So now when you stop at the A, let's go to B.
Yep.
And they have so many different layers of this.
And
it's going to be
let me
hard to
speak
stop
to that
them.
defensively because going into a game, a defense knows what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right? This game, hey, TJ Watt, you chase it, you hit Derrick Henry every time. Peyton Wilson or Patrick Queen,
Clearly
you
their
replace,
game
you
plan.
take Lamar Jackson. But then Shady and them, they go to the tablet. Shady, when he's
And we
with
see
Eagles,
it.
with Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line coach, he just said, hey, you know what? Hey, they're chasing this game. Hey, Brent Selleck or Zach Ertz, former Eagles tight ends, you block you block the chaser, and let's see what Acho does as a linebacker. And so they just kind of adjust. You don't know what the defense is going to do.
Yeah.
You can go into the game and say, don't chase, and then you see it and adjust accordingly.
So if you watch the game, right, you listen to what the commentators were saying. They said the defensive game plan was, listen, it's crazy to hear this. Make Lamar beat us on the read option. And if you see, every time you see, they crash on the running back,
Jason.
right? So if it was Watt,
Yep.
so then they start pulling it, though. Then another thing they start getting creative is the tight end. He start blocking.
blocking, yep.
Right.
Arkin, yep.
Then he said, okay, now start releasing him. Because now somebody has that tight end.
man to man.
So when it comes over to act, you think he's about to block, he goes on a route. Lamar can even throw that fly route, or the linebacker has to go take him. And if he takes the tight end, then it's a more lane for him to run. It's so hard, and you got to be so disciplined to stop the read option. You got guys like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
These are all reasons why they ran for almost 300 yards. The biggest thing, like, you watch teams who have shut down Lamar in that run game, it's been very few and far between. And really the last few years, they have gap integrity, which means they stay in their gap, and you have to be able to open field tackle. That is the number one thing, is don't let these 40-yard plays, or don't let these 6-yard plays turn into 40-yard plays. You have to be able to tackle, and quite honestly, we have not seen anyone do it.
Or get pressure. Another one that stop the read option is your interior defense lineman. You got to get pressed.
Gotta eat.
Now you clog it up though, right? Because you slow down Derrick Henry, and then you have guys to replace and get Lamar Jackson.
All I know is I have never seen it be stopped with them chasing.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, let them big boys, them D tackles, and them stop the run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a team that can stop that though.
Oh.
You watched some Eagles. You think it was, oh my God, it was not that.
Let's have this conversation. Again, today's show is going to be different than any other show we have had on a Monday. It is jam-packed, it is action-packed, and it is all meaningful. This is the facility. Shady McCoy, Jalen Hurts, he got the job done. But his teammate, A.J. Brown, was reading a book on the sideline. I mean, you could suggest that's how uninvolved A.J. Brown was in the game. But shout out to A.J. Brown, because I think he is a fearless leader and he is an all-pro. Hard to do. Shady, you were there in person. Your opinion, it matters more than mine. I watched it on a box on a TV screen. How would you grade Jalen Hurts' performance?
Before we get into the grading,
Do you think?
I just want to be happy, man. It's a win.
It's a win.
And to be there at a special day like this, the first playoff game, your boy was on the field. You know what I'm saying? Got the Louisville. And I'm with Coach Jackson. I got my son there, my nephew. We're having a great time. So let me just show some love to that before I get into my take.
Salute.
Bird game, everybody was there. Okay, bring it up. Let's get to the topic. Okay, now ask me the question again.
Shady McCoy, how do you grade Jalen Hurts' performance?
D. Yeah, D.
These get degrees, though, right?
I'm proud. I left for 3.1
proud of you,
at
dog.
Pitt, so I don't know.
Okay.
But on a serious note, you know, I'm guilty of the winning for quarterbacks stat, right? Because I want about winning a game. But now when I look at it, I'm some of the blame because I can't be blind to what's going on with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Now, I will give him some grace because he was hurt with a head injury, right? And he was gone for a while. But when I watched that game, let me just tell you this. If you're watching a game and you take the volume down to 0, you would think we was blowing this team out by 50 points. But then when you're at the game and I'm watching, as much as I'm cheering for the defense making plays, I was kind of nervous. You know why? Because in the first half, we had 3 turnovers, Chase, and we were only up 10-0, and they had a missed field goal.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right?
That's a good point.
Think about how that sounds, though.
That's a good point.
3 first-half turnovers.
Yep.
They have a missed field goal, and we only up 10-0. Why am I so happy?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come on TV, and because it's my team, and that is my quarterback, and I'm going to say, oh, well, he won the game, so it don't matter. No, I'm not going to do that. Everybody has to be held accountable. The reason why you have Saquon Barkley, 2,000-yard rusher, you got the best offensive line in football. You have an all-pro receiver, A.J. Brown. You have a solid tight end with Dallas, and then you have
really good
Smitty
number 2
on a number 2. We should be smoking teams if you get 3 turnovers.
What do you think the problem was in person?
I'm getting to it, Jane. I'm getting to it, Chase. I'm getting to it. Another thing is when I'm watching Jalen Hurts play, he's not reading. He's not looking downfield. He's not looking to take not even no chances to throw the ball in general. We talk about 50-50 balls. We watch some games where it's a 50-50 ball, right? And it ain't got to be A.J. Brown. 50-50 ball to the wide receiver. You might get a flag. You might get a catch. You might get something. We're not even trying it. When I watched this game, they did a great job of containing Saquon Barkley.
Yes, they did.
Okay? Did a good job of that. Cool. But now it's so hard to guard because we have so many good players. A guy like A.J. Brown, if you're not going to use him with 1 target, 1 catch, put a rookie out there. Why you pay a guy all that money if you're not going to use him? All I'm saying is I'm happy about the win, but we will not beat the Vikings with even Sam Darnold at quarterback. We will not beat the Rams playing like that. Because if you, I'm not even going to mention Detroit. If you put points up against us, we're going to be in trouble. Think about this, though. Why have all them superstar guys on offense if you want to play a game like we got a rookie? We love to talk about the coordinator we have for the Eagles, right? Kellen Moore. Hell of a coach. He can't even run his plays. Do you watch how different it is when the backups played last game and the game before that? You see the difference? This offense look like, what is it? And another thing is like, and I'm being respectful as possible here, but I want my team to win.
Yeah.
If I'm the head coach and Nick Sirianni, all he does is win, when I watch that tape, I cannot be happy on the offensive side. We can't win like that, man. If we gonna win a Super Bowl, like we're a Super Bowl bound team. If our team wasn't as talented as they was, we might lose to that game. And the Packers was giving us the game. Like they didn't want to be. They fumbled the first play of the game. I'm thinking, do they even want to be here?
That looked like a clear recovery.
But listen, real quick, we got to be better on offense, though. And Jalen Hurts, I'm holding him responsible for this because you would never have a team with a great offense line like that. A 2,000 yards rusher in the backfield and then wide receivers, it won't always be like that.
True,
and if they not there, right, and that defense not playing as well, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
James, you were there. You were there. How was
I was there. My man said
Well, what was your opinion on it?
My man said a D. Respect, though.
That was real, though.
That's real. I graded him out as a C just because they won the game. But it wasn't an impressive performance by Jalen Hurts. The frustrating thing about Jalen Hurts is that the Green Bay Packers they set in too high safety, 2 shell the whole game.
Whole game.
Right? You got motions in your offense. We never once ran with the motion, which means what, quarterback?
Not man. Zone
Not man, it's
coverage.
zone. So, Jalen, you know every single play, every single pass play is zone, and you're still not letting the ball go. He threw hitches and he threw flats in that football game, right? And that is not going to win a championship. It won that game, and it beat my Green Bay Packers, and our defense played really, really well. Our offense did not show up. But that is not going to win Super Bowls. I graded him out as a C. Another thing I noticed, live and in action, because it's different when you're watching it on TV, and it's different when you're watching it in the game. Live and in action, I don't think Kellen Moore can be the offensive coordinator he want to be. He cannot dial the plays up that he wants to dial up. If you watch Kenny Pickett and those backup quarterbacks get in there, it was nod routes, it was Dino routes, it was dagger routes. It was a lot of play-action passing, balls going down the football field. With Jalen Hurts, it's a lot of 5-yard passes. It's not a lot of shots going down the field. He, to me, can't really call the game that he wants to call with Jalen Hurts. I wish I could let y'all know why, but I don't know why. But I'm not seeing it. I don't know if it's not the trust in Jalen Hurts. I don't know if Jalen Hurts ain't reading it the right way, but he's not calling in plays. To get 4 takeaways in the ball game and not take 1 shot play, that's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like, right after you get a turnover, it's a shot play.
And the shot they did was a
fake, you know what I'm saying? So it's either the lack of trust in him or he's keeping it real simple for Jalen Hurts or Jalen Hurts just not pulling the trigger. But I graded him out as a C because it really wasn't nothing impressive. He threw a flat to Dallas Goedert. We rushed 4. He had 97 seconds to throw the football. And
see, you know what? You must have been a gym teacher in high school.
Why you say that?
Oh, you saying my grade?
Because you know how gym teachers give little grades.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a C because he showed up to work today. He showed the class.
He put his uniform on. He put his uniform on.
He showed up.
He showed up. I gave him a C as well. I think it was graded on a curve a little bit for me because I like Jalen. I think when Jalen plays his best, there are heights that this Eagles offense can go to that a lot of people's offenses around the league cannot go through.
Yeah.
All right. So if you look at the stats, 13 of 21, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You look at the QB rating, pretty high, pretty good, right? But there's 2 ways I judge a quarterback. And there's 2 different ways you can judge a quarterback, by stats and by wins. And there's a huge contingency of people out there that would argue winning is a quarterback stat. Let me just tell you, this is the type of performance that diminishes the argument that winning is a QB stat. Because the Philadelphia Eagles did not win because of Jalen Hurts. Yeah, the stats look great. Yeah, we sit up here, we praise him as a winner. And we're doing our job up here. We're trying to tell you what we see from 38 years of experience. And with Jalen, he has an issue pulling the trigger when stuff is open. Now, stuff is not always going to be open. These 50-50 balls that James talks about and that Shady talks about. You have to take a chance because you have one of the best receivers in all of football. Top 5. And quite honestly, one of the best number 2s in football in Devontae Smith. Yes, so you have this team around you. I went out there and I saw him, and I don't know if it was rust. I don't know if it was not trusting what he saw, but this wins as a QB stat crowd needs to get out of here because Jalen did not play up to his standard.
He didn't. The way I grade him is how you grade someone who's taking an elective course. It's pass, fail, he passed. If I were to give him a plus minus like Shady and everybody else, I go D plus, C minus, but he passed. When I think about it very simply, the other quarterback had 3 interceptions, had no touchdowns. Jalen Hurts had 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. At the end of the day, Jalen Hurts, he's an intuitive quarterback. That's what I'm just coming to the conclusion of. He's realizing, if my defense is going to play like the 2000 Ravens, then I can play like Trent Dilfer. If my defense is going to play like the 02 Bucks, then I can play like Brad Johnson. If my defense is going to play like the 15 Broncos, then I can play like a decrepit Peyton Manning. And when my defense doesn't, Jalen Hurts gives more. What I cannot say about Jalen Hurts is he finds a way. What I can say about Jalen Hurts, he always does what's required. The dilemma is when not a lot is required, we would want you to do more. And he doesn't do the more. He just does what is required. I think it was Bill Belichick said, more games are lost than are won. Most teams will find a way to lose the game. The Packers lost the game yesterday. Opening kick return fumble. They lost the game. Most teams will find a way to lose the game. The dilemma is if and or when the Eagles play a team that does not beat themselves, like the Kansas City Chiefs. If they play a team that does not beat themselves, like the Detroit Lions, then what will happen? But right now, I'm just conceding to the fact that, you know what, Jalen Hurts, you must just be an intuitive quarterback. You do what needs to be done. Because I think if Jordan Love would have put up 26, I think Jalen would have put up 30. That's just what I think.
Every team is not blessed to have, every quarterback's not blessed to have a team like we have, right? And what I'm saying to you is, you let him off the hook. We all have a job to do. Think about what you're saying. You tell me if Jalen Carter don't want to give you everything because he don't have to because the offense is playing well, what are we talking about? If Jalen Carter had that attitude, if Darius Slay had that attitude, we don't win that game. Think about it, though.
True.
So we all got to do our job, but you don't?
Let me ask you this.
No, let me go for a second. Because when you said it, it hit me because I used to think like that. And I used to give him, like, hey, we won the game. Why you care about? No. If them backup quarterbacks for my team, for my Eagles played, we smoked the Packers. Let me say it again. If the backup quarterbacks, because we're going to talk about Russ, them dudes don't even play. Backups don't get no chance to, like, knock the rust off?
Yeah.
Do y'all?
No.
They got to go out there and play. Tanner goes out there and puts up. Come on.
Not Tanner.
And
I'll actually pick it. We'll
both of them. I'm going to pick it next because Pickett can run too.
Defense.
Pickett will ball out also. All I'm saying is that we have a job to do. You know, and as I got on the show today, right, I looked at social media first, and everybody is backing him. Now, I'm not coming at him,
No.
but I'm talking about what I see in the game. And for our team to be successful, my Eagles to be successful, we need everybody to play their role. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts to go out there and throw for 300 yards, but I do want Jalen Hurts to be efficient. Hey, this is your job. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't
That's not
having,
fair.
after watching Jalen Hurts for probably 65, 70 NFL games, can't we conclude this? Jalen Hurts does what needs to be done. I'm not even trying to defend him because everybody thinks I hate the dude. I have no personal vendetta at all whatsoever. What I'm saying is this.
What you saying?
If the Packers would have put up 28, I am convinced Hurts would have put up 30.
I'm not.
I am convinced.
I'm not.
But
Because he always does.
But, Acho.
Chase, his whole career.
I'm not
Think
convinced.
about it. The year y'all...
That
the year-
performance playing like that, he does not put up that
Chase,
much
the year the
points.
Eagles went to the Super Bowl, the Giants put up 7. Hurts didn't have to do nothing. The Niners put up 7 because all the Niners quarterbacks got hurt. Hurts didn't have to do nothing. The Chiefs put up 38. Hurts said, you know what?
So
It's time to go to work.
So you can put, hold up. I'm just trying to figure this out. So if the defense on the other side, or the other team plays really well, I got to play really well. And if they don't play well, I can play bad. I'm just trying to figure that out.
I just think Hurts...
Because he had 13 completions, right?
Yeah.
Like 3 of those was freaking screens.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not more.
You threw then the long run. He had 132 yards. The long run that Dallas had, he created. There was a 1 yard pass. He stiffed on the guy.
Bubble route, checked his
So
zero.
the bubble, like as I'm watching the game, I'm like, yo, what type of offense is this?
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.